Hi, my name is Jim Kurtz, and I'm the Senior Farm Consultant with Harvest Harmonics. And in this video, I'm going to walk you through the basics of a brand new technology which is taking the agricultural industry by storm and will dramatically help farmers not only make more money on the farm, but do so in a way that's environmentally friendly and producing better quality food for everybody. Let's take a look at how the system works. Harvest Harmonics is the international distributor for the Kemenasi crop booster technology. Our mission is very simple. We want to help farmers grow healthier, better quality fruits and vegetables with more yields and lower input costs, all without harming the environment. Now, when we look at plants that have more energy, they have certain characteristics. Plants with more energy grow stronger and faster. They produce more fruits and vegetables. They produce better quality fruits and vegetables. They resist insects and diseases more effectively than plants with less energy. They also feed soil microbiology to help regenerate the soil over time. And most importantly, they're more resistant to weather and other stress factors. So if all of these things are true, the obvious question becomes, how do we boost energy in plants? Our answer to that question is through biophysics. Now, biophysics is a branch of science that deals with the physical interactions of a plant with its environment, as well as the internal cellular interactions between the cells of the plant that enable it to perform their biological functions. Now, when we look at a complex process like photosynthesis in the picture here, we see a number of smaller processes at work. Water and nutrients are absorbed through the root system and carried to the leaves via the stem or the trunk of the tree. Carbon dioxide is absorbed in the leaves of the plant. And of course, the plant uses sunlight to convert carbon dioxide and water into sugar molecules, which are then processed into other molecules for the cellular growth and fruit and vegetable production of the plant. Now, when we look at all these processes, it's easy to focus on the chemistry of it. Let's make sure we have enough nitrogen and phosphorus and carbon and other things so that the plant has all the chemicals that it needs. But what we did is focus on how those different chemicals interact and how these processes interact, and specifically how they're timed to make the plant as efficient as possible. And we're looking at the frequencies associated with these different processes in healthy, productive plants. Now, Mr. Fulvio Baumelli, who discovered this technology, studied plants for over 24 years using this biophysical method. And he discovered that when plants were healthy, no matter what the variety, they had energy patterns that were very consistent and organized, and they gave off waves that looked very similar to this picture on the left. However, when he looked at the same varieties of plants that were under stress, he noticed that the energy patterns within the plant were very disorganized and distorted. So his first major breakthrough was to discover that if we just took the frequencies and timing mechanisms of healthy plants and directly introduced them to unhealthy or stressed plants, we can bring those stressed plants back to a state of health and vigor without the addition of extra water or nutrients or any other chemical. Now, the interesting thing about this is that this is a very technical, detailed branch of physics. Now, if I walked you through exactly how the physical processes work, we could be here for quite some time. But suffice to say that this approach is very, very easy and simple to use. We have programmed over 3,000 unique frequency patterns of healthy, productive plants into small transmitters, which look like the picture you see on the orange picture on the right here. And we attach those transmitters to a farmer's irrigation system. And every time the farmer irrigates his crops using our Kemenasi system, our system is sending tiny waves into the molecules of water. And when the plants absorb that water that has our frequencies are rebalancing and retuning those internal biological processes so that all the cells in the plant are aligned and working together in harmony. Now, this makes the plant much more efficient at generating energy, and of course, that will translate into a number of different improvements, such as higher yield, better quality, better resistance to insects and other diseases. Now, I'm about to show you a few examples of how we can help improve the various aspects of plant growth. So now that we've walked you through how our system works, let's talk about water savings. Now, water savings is increasingly becoming a hot topic around the world. Things like climate change and differences in droughts and various things make it very difficult sometimes for the plants to get enough water. And in fact, in areas like California or sometimes in South America or in Africa, where they depend on rainfall, it becomes very, very difficult if you have these different watering patterns. But even where they irrigate in areas like California, it's becoming more and more expensive to be able to irrigate and grow crops because water costs money, so does irrigation. The other aspect of over irrigating can be that when you pump water out of the ground, you create situations where you might get other contaminants, and that can create problems for the plants as well. So let's take a look at how the crop booster is helping us save quite a bit of water on the plants and help reduce your irrigation bill. Now, the first example I want to show you guys is here on this almond grove in Chile. Now, in this particular situation, they had a hard, compact soil, which was causing the farmer to have to irrigate for 12 to 16 hours. It was taking a long time to get enough water into the field where they'd be able to absorb enough to keep the trees healthy. In this situation, we help break apart that soil structure and help make the soil more amenable to having water infiltration. In fact, we increased the water infiltration rate by 3 times, which saved the farmer a total of 65% of his overall water usage. Now, if you're in an area of drought, this should be very exciting to you that you can actually cut your water bill in half or more. Let's take a look at this one. Now, this particular area was another drought region in Peru. Now, in this particular region, in this year of 2020, they had a drought, which meant that they had 30% less water even available to water. They get most of their water from a river system, and because of the drought, the river did not have enough water. As a result, all the plantations in this region severely dropped their production by 30 to 35%. They went from 30 metric tons per hectare down to about 20 to 24 metric tons. Conversely, in that same year, the treated field here with Kiminasi increased their production from 30 metric tons to 42 metric tons. So while all the other plantations were decreasing their production because of drought, our system kept the plants healthy and kept the plants and the soil moist, and it, of course, allowed the farmer to grow a good yield even with less water. Oops, go back here. And the last one I want to show you here is a 46% reduction in water usage on this almond grove. Now, this particular grower had a high sodium concentration as well, so you can see the difference in the health of the plants between the left and the right here just after one season. Now, again, saving 46% of his overall water was a huge boost as well. Last thing I want to show you here is on this cherry field where we increased the water infiltration rate by 100%. And again, we cut their overall water usage by over 30%. Now, in this particular case, we went from an irrigation time of 16 hours to 8 hours, and we got to the same water depth. This was a huge, huge benefit for the farmer. Now, again, I can go on and on, but there's many, many examples where we're improving the soil structure, improving water retention, even on fields where the farmer was saying, well, I'm seeing various other things with the Kiminasi plant technology, but what I'm really noticing is that the water retention in the soil is much greater. And that can become a huge boost if you're really in a situation where you don't want to irrigate as much because of contaminants in the irrigation water, or you just want to save water because of droughts or other reasons. You want to be using the Crop Booster by Kiminasi technology. Give us a call or send us an email, and let's work together so we can help you save water on your farm.